What's going on, everybody? This is Brian Mazique, aka Unique Mazique, the hardest working man in sports and gaming. I am a fight guy, a Forbes contributor, and I also write for Heavy.com. We're powered by Fight TV and presented by Bet Online. We're talking UFC 249. And if you have missed any of my picks prior to now, you can look in the upper right corner of the screen and you can look at all of the odds preview and prediction videos there. We're talking Francis Ngannou against Jairzinho Rozenstruik today. Let's talk about these odds. Minus 270 favorite for Ngannou, plus 230 underdog for Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I would have to say this seems logical, right? For the most part. I mean, Rozenstruik has been pretty devastating, finishing guys. Uh, Pulled a rabbit out of a hat, getting a finish of Alistair Overeem in his last fight with four. I mean, it was only 4 seconds left in the fight. I'm one of those people. You can call me crazy. Some people say, it was a good stoppage. I know, Overeem's lip was like near hanging off, but it was 4 seconds left in the fight. And I think he could have probably gotten up. So if I was him, I probably would have been a little bit irritated, seeing as though he pretty much controlled that fight up to now. But that was then. This is now. Ngannou against Rozenstruik is a really interesting fight. Um, Ngannou has just been wrecking people since he lost two fights in a row. Check this out. In his last three fights, three KOs, he's been in the octagon a combined 2 minutes and 22 seconds. That is all he needed total time to knock out Cain Velasquez, Curtis Blades, and Junior Dos Santos. You might not be able to find a more impressive three fight streak of opponents than two former world champions. One of them's a two-time world champion, and one guy who has been on the cusp of getting a title shot repeatedly, but keeps getting knocked out by Francis Ngannou and Curtis Blades. So you can't really ask for Ngannou to come back any stronger than he has after losing two fights in a row. One of them was to Stipe Miocic, and the other one was a really poor showing against Derek Lewis, where neither guy did much of anything. Now, Rozenstruik, we talked about the victory over Alistair Overeem. Prior to that, he knocked out Andrei Arlovsky and Alan Crowder. With all due respect to Arlovsky, his last three opponents and overall the opponents he's faced in his career don't really match up at all to what Ngannou has faced. So when we look at how these guys measure up from a tail of the tape standpoint, both of them are 6'4", but in somewhat of a rare situation, you got two guys with the same height, but one of them has a 5-inch reach advantage. Ngannou's 83-inch reach is 5 inches longer than 78-inch reach for Rozenstruik. So whenever you got two big, strong heavyweights, that reach can be a little bit concerning, because the first guy to really make serious contact, it could be the winner of the fight because these guys are so big and strong. So not the end all be all, but it's something definitely to consider. The tighter application of striking, though, I think really goes to Ngannou. Ngannou does throw some wide winging stuff, but when he lands, the cracking that he's able to I mean, he doesn't even really have to hit guys flush. And Rozenstruik's super powerful too. I mean, anytime you can dislodge somebody's lip the way he did to Overeem, you gotta look at that. I mean, he's landing even at a higher clip. 46% of his strikes he's landing at 37% for Ngannou. But there's just something about when Ngannou gets ready to fire. It almost paralyzes guys because their first instinct is to cover up or to get out of the way or to retreat. If they try to punch in between shots, missing your shot could probably mean you're going to get knocked out. So that's one thing. If you look at defense, Ngannou has been tougher to hit. He's has 48% striking defense to only 32% for Rozenstruik. Rozenstruik is a big, strong, sturdy guy who you can tell is willing to take some punishment if he has to so he can land that big shot. But being willing to take punishment against most guys and willing to take it against Ngannou is two different things. So you got to look at that. Ngannou only takes 1.97 strikes per minute compared to just a little bit over 3 strikes per minute against Ngannou. Now, you ask anybody, would you be willing to take 3 strikes per minute from Francis Ngannou And I'm pretty much going to tell you that that's not an advisable situation. Now, all of those strikes obviously are not haymakers. Some of those are glancing shots, leg kicks or something like that, even though Ngannou doesn't throw many of those. But still, I'm you got to be a little bit concerned about Rozenstruik's head movement or the lack thereof. Going into the styles, neither guy is going to go for many takedowns. That's just not what they're going to do. Ngannou has shown to be a decent grappler when he's in an advantageous position, but he's really struggled on his back. Curtis Blades was able to take him down in their first fight, but he couldn't do much work there. Miocic pretty much rolled him the whole fight, and that was how he got the victory. Rozenstruik's not going to really do that for the most part. He's going to try to stand in there and he's going to try to bang. And I don't know that that is a winning formula against Ngannou. And that's one of the biggest reasons that I have this fight coming down to Ngannou landing a bomb first and him utilizing that reach. I just don't think that Rozenstruik has a diverse enough striking game to supersede the height and the length advantage. He would need to do some stuff where he's attacking Ngannou's base, and that just hasn't been in his fight profile up to this point. So I'm thinking this is going to be guys trading, exchanging hands, and I'm going to take Ngannou in that contest. So I got Ngannou winning by a second round knockout. Let me know in the comments what you have for this fight. It's pretty interesting. Depends on how highly you think of Rozenstruik, I guess, is where you have this fight going. But I appreciate you watching as always. God bless and peace.